Hey guys, Elite Cleat Reviews here, and today I'm bringing you a review of the Umbro Geometra Pro. In recent times, a lot of soccer cleats have been labeled for how they perform on the field, most notably the speed, power, and control boots. The Geometra is labeled as a control boot, much like the Mizuno Supersonic Wave, and the most well-known of the control boots, I would have to say, the Nike CTR 360 Maestri. To start, let's start with the comfort and fit. It's a comfortable boot, although I did have some complaints. Before we get to the complaints, let me talk about some pros I had. Upper is kangaroo leather, goes from where you see the black meet the blue, and it goes all the way around until where you see the black meets the blue again. And what the blue is, it's Teijin microfiber, like you do see on the Vapor. The kangaroo leather does really form to your foot, giving you a better touch and I guess a better shot. And it also is really comfortable. It's actually really soft leather. And what I do recommend is to keep it that soft. I do recommend to do leather food. It's actually just like this polish and you polish kind of your cleats. Also here what you have is a suede heel liner, super soft. It runs from where my finger is there all the way around and to where the black meets the yellow. And it's really soft, really going to get no blisters at all. I found to get no blisters in this boot in general. To move on to the con, I found that when I was wearing these, if I tightened them tighter than normal, I'd find that I'd get a lot of pressure right here. And the reason for that being is because actually your actual arch in your foot hangs off, and all your pressure from your arch is transferred all into this one point, and it's quite uncomfortable. But other than that, it's comfortable. A way that I found to get rid of that is I wouldn't tighten my cleats as tight, and I'd tie them a little bit looser. Moving on to the technology, obviously the Geometra being a control boot. Let's talk about the control elements. Here you have the first control element. What this is used for is for dribbling and also to control balls out of the air. What it is you see this blue stitching, and inside there's memory foam inserts, and I didn't really find those to work. Although I did have a better touch from the kangaroo leather, my bad, actually forming to the foot, and you actually have a better touch because it's like a bare foot. You actually have a very similar thing on the inside. You have also these memory foam inserts going from here all the way to the toe, except where you see this blue stitching is actually like a sandpaper finish, and that's the equivalent to the T90 TPU fins to put a little spin on the ball. And here you have a big clean striking surface, so you did get a good strike on the ball. I did have a good strike on the ball. Moving on to the third control element, or what Umbro calls it, it's the ECZ, which stands for the Energy Control Zone. What it is very similar to the others, except it's not on the kangaroo leather. It's actually on the Teijin microfiber, and it's just memory foam inserts, all on the strips right here. And I did find those to work. Not so efficiently that's going to change your game, but it did work somewhat. Moving on to the studs, you have a very unique stud pattern. It's also somewhat found in the CTR. You have 4 traditional bladed studs in the back, and then here you have a circular stud. You have 4 circular making a circle, and then you have 4 bladed right here, and then 2 right there. What they try to do here is, so you have multi-directional traction, and if you're playing on turf, I don't recommend using it, but I really had no problem. But you could break an ankle or hurt your ankle or something like that if you do play on turf. So it's not recommended to play on turf with this, but I really found no problems. The performance, as I said, you did have a good clean striking surface here. Did good touch because it formed your foot. And the leather, as I said, really soft leather. If you want to keep it soft, I'd recommend leather food. The break-in period, I found it was really quick to break in, like 1 week or so. And one concern people may have is they might not think it's broken in because of the stud pressure, or what you could call it stud pressure right here. And I actually thought I didn't break them in yet, but they were broken in. It's just that one thing that's quite uncomfortable. The durability on this boot, it held up pretty well, but after about 3 months or so, the actual sole plate started to split from the kangaroo leather. And so yeah, more noticeably in the right than the left, because I am right-footed. But all in all, it's a good boot, except it did have some comfort problems and support problems. But overall, good control boot for Umbro's first control boot. If you guys want to check out an unboxing of this video, or our Facebook page, links in the description below. And also check out our website, elitecleatereviews.com.